First off, I want to thank Colin Hugh for walking into my office. I was closing it down because I sold my company. I was going into retirement, and Colin said to me, "What are you going to do next?" And I said, "I'm going to travel and I'm going to have a blast." He goes, "What did you do?" And I said, "I built teams, I built businesses, I help people with their self-image, their self-worth, and I did it for 20 years and I had a blast, absolute blast. And I was able to sell that company for multi-millions." He said, "Would you like to do that in real estate?" And I said, "I looked into it and you can't because the broker's boss and you got to do this and you got to do that and you can only work in your little area, and I do it. I've built in all 50 states and I just need the free space to do that." So I tell you what, will you come meet my business partners? They're going to want to share this with you. I said, cool. Within 48 hours, I just went and met them. I was planning a trip to the Grand Cayman Islands. I did go to Grand Cayman, and I sit down with Daniel Ng and Calvin Wong, who I got to thank as well. Thank you for sitting down and sharing this with me. And that pulled me out of retirement. I was looking at what they were saying, and as Daniel was talking, I texted my pastor under the table so they couldn't see me. And in capital letters, I found it. See, when you retire at the age of 53, what are you going to do? I love being around people. I'm a psychology person. I love helping people work on their self-image, their self-worth. I love telling my story to help them realize that anything is possible. I can't just go off and do nothing. And Glenn Sanford, thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for putting something together in the real estate world that makes sense, where people can build something massive. You can be a business owner day one, and I'll explain that here in a little bit as well. Daniel and Calvin talked about the 4 pillars. The first pillar is leads. You got to have leads. They said, we got this CRM called KV Core. And I was like, KV Core? KV what? I didn't know what you're talking about. KV Core. So I looked into it, and it is a mammoth machine. It is working on leads. My KV Core right now is working on machines as I'm talking to y'all. It's set up. It's a locomotive. It's a lead locomotive. And if you utilize it, you can just continue to churn leads and just get more and more and more. Okay. So they have leads. They have relocation leads. They have Revenos leads. They have Make It Rain leads. I purchased those. I'm telling you, we got leads. That was imperative if I was going to come out of retirement. Number 2 is they said they have education and training. And I looked at it and I said, y'all ain't got education and training. Y'all have world-class education and training. I didn't have this in the last business that I built. Y'all have got training. Y'all have a mentorship program that's just out of this world ridiculous. For a brand new person like me that can't even spell real estate, I get to jump in here, get a mentor assigned to me, and boom. I know if you're going to build a business, you have to have something that's duplicatable and scalable to where you have education and training constantly. And we got education and training on demand. Glenn revolutionized the world, changed the world, turned it all upside down in real estate. And I have on-demand training like Netflix, boom, Amazon, Kindle, whatever. I could just stream it right then and there. Over with. Got to have that. We have a fast cap that is out of this world insane. The gentleman that's teaching it right now, like, you need to enroll in the fast cap today, because the guy, I'm hoping he's always going to train on it. This dude, he's speaking my words. Okay. He's good. So we got fast cap. We got the eXp University. On top of that, we have this today all over the world. So we have classroom training as well, but our most powerful asset is our world, and that we have on-demand training. Number 3. Okay. I'm getting excited. Like number 1, number 2, I haven't texted my pastor yet and said I found it, by the way. I'll tell you when I text him. And number 3 is ownership and equity. Something near and dear to me. I sold my company for multi-millions. I got the big check. The people that helped work get that. It wasn't set up that way. Thank God the company that bought me is setting them up that way now. Okay. But that is such a blessing to find this warrior mentality team, this I can't quit attitude team. And you're able to change and impact their kids with ownership and equity in the baddest real estate company in the world, eXp. Thank you, Glenn. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, from someone that's built a business and that understands when you hire that warrior-like mentality, you want to be able to say to them, and listen, you can have the same ownership that Glenn has, that I have, that any of us have. Thank you. It's absolutely amazing. There's 5 ways you can get a stock with us. I'm going to go through them really quick. One is you close your first transaction. You invite someone into the business and they do their first transaction. They give you stock. Number 3 is you cap out. Number 4 is you become an icon. And I'll tell you that in a little bit. And number 5 is you can purchase it at a discount. I worked in the financial services business, and we would all tell you, if you have the opportunity to purchase stock at a discount and there's no waiting period, it's yours that day, buy it now, right? And so every time a commission check comes through, we're allowed to put a certain percentage towards the stock. There's 5 ways we can have ownership in this bad boy. I'm getting more excited. And then the last one, this is the one where I texted my buddy, my pastor, in capital letters, I found it. And they call it revenue share. I call it building a business, because it is building a business. It's identical to the business I built in financial services that I sold for multi-millions. Okay. It's identical and it's willable. It's a real business. Glenn said, hey, you know what? We're not going to sit around. What I want to do, this is what Glenn said. I promise you, this is what he said. He said, I need to build a business. This is 2009 when he's putting this all together. So I got to build a business because there's going to be this fool by the name of Paul Roberts that retires, and we're going to pull him out of retirement to build another business. But we need him to have the ability to build a business day one. He's going to be 53. He ain't going to have time to sit around and wait 4 years, become a broker, get his license. I have a license now. Now I can become a broker. Now I can go build a business. He's like, we ain't doing that to Paul. Day one, that man can start building. I'm like, yes, I found it. Right now, this is why I'm so passionate about it, because I've been doing a lot of interviewing, a lot of talking to people, and I hear this a lot. Y'all are a recruiting company. And I say, yes, we are. And I'm glad you said that. As I'm talking to, I need to probably send Glenn Sanford a message and thank him for building this company to allow me to recruit, being brand new in the business. And I don't have to sit here and wait for 4 years, and only my broker gets to recruit. See, the world you're in right now, only your broker gets to recruit. So yes, we are. Thank you so much. We are a recruiting company. I've heard some leaders shy away from, we're not just a leader. We're not just a recruiting company. The heck we are. Yes, we are. We are in the business of building businesses. I've been in this model. I took advantage of this model, and I'm going to do it again. And here's what I want. I want to teach other people how to do it. You need to understand becoming a business owner. So let me draw something out for you real quick, okay? I hope and pray that you have read Kiyosaki's book, Cash Flow Quadrant, and you have seen this. I hope this is not the first. If this is the first time, do not raise your hand. I just want to show you real quick, because here is the challenge that we're having inside of the real estate world. Real estate agents are right here at self-employed. This is employed, okay? This is self-employed. And this is where people get really excited. They post on Facebook, I'm self-employed and I'm loving it. You haven't been self-employed long enough if you're saying that. Here's the challenge with self-employed. When self quits working, self is unemployed. And in fact, it's better to be an employee at that point, because you probably have some type of leave, you have some type of vacation, you have something. So at this point, employment is actually better than being self-employed. Now, nothing wrong with being self-employed. This is where we got to start. But we weren't meant to stay here, real estate world. Glenn Sanford said, stop staying here. You don't have to stay here any longer. He wants you to go here and be a business owner. And he's built us a model with 7 tiers. They call it revenue share. I call it revenue share because it's mine now. And be a business owner. By the way, our word for the year is bold. Be a bold business owner. No kidding, right? So how do you become a business owner? Well, let me show you. This is my favorite part. This is what I've been doing for 20 years. Is you invite 12 people that you know, 12 real estate agents, 12 friends. I don't care. I think that's 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And this is you. Boom, yow. Okay. You invite. I need you to be a great inviter. Invite people. Don't sell them on the eXp opportunity. Invite them to the opportunity and let them see what it's all about. Okay. That's all I need you to do. Don't get upset if you invite them and they don't show. Don't be upset if you invite them and they say no. Don't be upset if you invite them and they start and they quit. Just be a great inviter. I was a great inviter. That's how I was able to sell a business for multi-millions in this model. Okay. Now they call this tier 1. I keep saying this is my world now. This is my business. It's tier 1. We got tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, tier 5, 6, and 7. Okay. Here's what I know. This is how inviting real estate agents or insurance agents in my old world works, is these 4 folks are going to be crazy nut jobs just like you, and they're going to want to build, and they're going to go to tier 2, and they're going to have probably 40 people on tier 2, then they're going to have probably 300 on tier 3. I'm not kidding you. This is the way it works every single time. These 4 are your powerhouse every single time. Okay. You can't stop them. There's nothing you can do. Okay. Now here's the deal. You have to get 12. Absolutely have to get 12 in order for this to work. Okay. So these 4 go crazy. And this is where I like to say, so let's say you got 600, you got 800, you got 1,000 right here on level 7, just 1,000 people. And this is where you're making money while you're making money while you're making money while you're making money. Okay. Bottom line. That's how simple this business plan that Glenn gave us. This is where you can be in Fiji having a good time with your family and you're still getting paid. But if you're self-employed, you're on the telephone talking to people and you're working transactions and you're frustrated because everything is coming from you because you are self-employed and you're proud of it for some reason. And again, there's nothing wrong. I want you to be self-employed for a little while, but I need you to move this beautiful, bold thing that Glenn built for us, building a business. It's absolutely phenomenal. Now, a lot of people want to know, well, what do I get paid? What do I get paid when this person does a transaction? This person does a transaction. Let me tell you a secret. If you wish to get rich in a hierarchy model system like this, don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. Don't worry about it was one of my favorite phrases that I would always say. In fact, my team gave me a shirt and on the back of it, it said, don't worry about it. If you focus on making money off of this person, you ain't never going to make no money. You're transactional. I need you to be a relational leader. I need you to figure out what his birth date is, what his wife's name is, what his husband's name is. I need you to figure out his favorite color, his favorite football team. mean, that's what I need you to find out. The system that Glenn built will take care of you. Now, we have it broken down, you know, exactly what you make. And I'm just going to give it to you in my, I barely graduated high school, by the way. You're going to make about $400 every time one of these people does something. Every time they do a transaction, about $400. This level is going to be about $450. Now there's a bonus program that pops in where this actually becomes $450 and this comes closer to $500. But just keep things simple. Every time they do a transaction, $400, $400, $400, $450, $450, $450, $450. It goes down just a little bit in level 3. It pops up again on level 4. But just understand, it's about $400 every time someone does a transaction. If you have 1,000 people on your team doing transactions, are you going to sit there and worry about what you make off of each and every? I hope and pray not. Glenn has built you and I a model, a business structure to where you and I can be business owners, true, legit business owners, by using the platform that he built. And I've been watching the last couple years, and I know that Glenn thrives off of us being individuals and building our team unity. I have my team unity. My whole thing is about being physically, mentally, spiritually, and financially fit. Daniel has his. We all have ours, and Glenn thrives off of that. You get to be yourself. You get to dream. That's what I want to stop with. What I'm noticing in a lot of real estate agents, no one's dreaming. I need you to dream. Dream big. Please read The Magic of Thinking Big. Please read great books that get you to dream. Hang around dreamers. Don't hang around average people. Don't hang around the average that everything around them is average. I need you to be a big dreamer. Hang out with people that read great books. Hang out with people that speak differently than the rest. Hang out with people that answer questions differently than everybody. Pay attention to that. Pay attention to how great people answer questions. I was going to say something I saw on social media, but I'm not. But please hang around people that dream. I need you to dream. If you're going to join my organization, we're going to dream. We're going to spend a lot of time on it. I want to know what you want. I want to know what makes you go. I'll tell you what makes me go. You and I can sit down and I'll tell you, and it'll scare you to death. But I promise you, we can pull that out of you as well. And once that is pulled out of you, anything is possible with this platform that Glenn has built for us. Please reach out to me. Let's talk. I want you to join this movement. I want you to join this bold, bad business that Glenn has built for all of us to take advantage of.